today. We're here to show you got going on, what exactly we are doing as a team, me and Isaac. And I say as a team because this is exactly what we're doing. We're here to impact lives. We're here to change lives. A little bit, something about me and why I'm actually in this business is because I want to go to the next level. Okay. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's something that I've learned from my boy Isaac. Okay. Something that he's always said, sick and tired of being sick and tired. Tired of going to work, tired of doing this, okay? Tired of doing all these things that I don't want to do, that I don't love doing. I'm passionate about the gym. I love the gym, okay? So that's something a little bit about me. Once you guys, actually get around this office and you guys are, able to come around this, environment, there's a lot more to learn about me. But I want to just cut it, because I know some of you guys are busy. Time is the most valuable commodity that we own as people. So we're not here to waste it, okay? So I want to go ahead and introduce not only myself, but, my partner, my business partner, 365, Isaac Perez. Let's run it up. Let's go.
Hey, that's me. Hey, I really
Come on now.
Everybody's time and you guys making it out to this call because like CJ said, the most priceless thing, the most valuable thing that we have is time. Money, they say money comes and goes, but time never will. So let's get straight to the point with it. My name is Isaac. I'm 22 years young. I'm born and raised here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And honestly, I'm just super excited to be on this call and show you guys what we got going on. We're actually launching the first phase of our business. This is the first call we've ever done. So you guys are getting exclusive access to what we got going on. I have not showed anybody yet. But
yeah. That's real. That's honest facts, and he's being honest. Some of you, there's only 9 of you guys, and we made this exclusive because you 9 individuals are exclusive. You guys are the first people that came to our mind to launch this business with. So this is exactly why we are here right now. Not only that, we also have one of our mentors in here who's actually going to be, kind of explaining what we do and how we run things here. KD. He's someone that I've actually looked up to. He's a prodigy of one of our mentors as well, Nano Torres. You guys will definitely be able to, see and who that is. Okay. But I definitely want y'all to actually, just tune in, really pay attention. Cause again, we're here. You guys are here. This is exclusive access. I have, again, my boy KD, my mentor, someone that I look up to. He invited me in his home. He invited me into his team, to his family, to this business. So I take, I take this passionately. I take this genuinely, and I'm excited. I'm excited to have you guys here on this call too. So and I'm excited to have my guy Isaac right here.
Yep.
We're ready to take y'all to the next level. Okay, let's run it up. KD, I don't know if you're there. KD, let's run it. Are you there, brother?
Hey,
let's go.
Are money makers.
Yeah, if you guys are able, if you guys got some pens, paper, pencil, whatever you guys got, notes. I know everybody has an iPhone. If you have an iPhone, come on, it's a smartphone. If you have it and you're not using it the right way, it's a dumb phone, okay? All right, let's run it up. All right, Katie, you there, brother?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
Let me
can.
know if you guys can hear me and see me real quick. If you guys can hear me and see me real quick, let's go. Sheesh. If y'all feeling that energy, if y'all feeling hot right now, real quick, drop some 777s in the chat box for me real quick, right? 777s in the chat box for me because, guys, look, I'm here to tell you, look, them boys right there, and let me know if you guys if you were invited by CJ and you were invited by my brother Isaac, let me get some 777s in the chat box real quick, right? Because they're on fire right now, right? One of the biggest things that my mentors told me was that whoever's on fire, you want to be with their fire. You want to get close to their fire because the closer you get to the fire, you get what? Drop it in the chat box if you guys really know. You get burned, right? And who wants to get burned with that fire? I'm going to be honest. I'm fired up. I'm fired up to be here on this call. Let me put the sleeves up real quick because, hey, man, I'm fired up, right? I'm super, super fired up, and I'm super, super grateful to be here today. I know it's 9 p.m. somewhere. I know right now there's midnight somewhere. I know right now any part of the world you guys are in. Here in Arizona, it's 7 p.m. right now. You guys are here on a Friday night. You guys could be doing any other thing, and you guys are here right now. So real quick, before I get started, I want to know what city we're calling in from. Okay, drop it in the chat box. What city are we calling in from? Drop them in the chat box. Let's see what city. We got Pittsburgh in the building. Swavey, what's up, my brother? Let's go. We got Peoria in the building. Okay, I'm actually going to be out there this Monday. We got Phoenix in the building. The office is right here in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, keep dropping the cities you guys are in. Okay, keep dropping those cities in the chat box for me. Keep dropping those cities, dropping those cities, dropping those cities. Let's go. Jeez. Okay. Awesome. So most of you guys are right here from the area. We have some individuals on the call that are from out of state, which is okay. I love it. Let's go. So real quick, guys, I'm going to make this fast. I'm not going to spend too much time here. I'm going to beat everything around the bush. And it's cool because, Isaac and my brother CJ just actually came to me this week. Okay, they came to me this week. I actually fly out on Friday next week to go to Canada. I'm going on a world tour. And going on this world tour, and you guys were world tour, where you going? You're an artist, right? But, these individuals right here, I've been able to work closely with them within the last 2 years. We were just friends, you know what I'm saying, in other business adventures. And, they reached out to me. They were like, hey, D, man, we see you. What do you do, bro? And I see you really just, elevating every single day. You're separating from your friends, separating from your family to actually elevate. And they came here to come see me at my office in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona. And they were like, bro, like, I love the sign that you got right on the wall, right? F being, what does it say? What does it say right there? Drop it in the chat box if you guys saw it, right? It says F what? Average, be legendary, right? And when they said that to me, I was like, bro, this is the mindset. This is how I move right here. And I was like, yeah, bro, that's the motto. We're stepping into 2023 into a season of just straight elevation. I'm going to be honest with you guys, 2022, hey, look, I'm going to be honest with you. It was a dogfight. Okay, it was a dogfight, 2022, but it's a dogfight that it still hasn't finished yet. But it's a dogfight that I'm not even focused on. I'm focusing on 2023. I'm focused on how am I going to continue to elevate? How am I going to continue to become the person that I said I was going to become, right? And I'm here to tell you guys, only right to tell you guys a little bit about me. Okay, my name is KD. I'm 26 years young. I'm originally from New York City, Washington Heights. I was born in Dominican Republic, so I'm Dominican. So if I have some Latinos in here in the chat box, shout out to my Latinos. I got some Latinas in here, drop some Latinas in the chat box, right? So I'm Dominican, and I grew up with two beautiful women growing up. And when I grew up with two beautiful women, my mother and my sister, my mother was a travel nurse. She was never around. My sister was always working. So I really didn't have no male figures to look up to. Okay. The people that I looked up to was my coaches and my mentors. Okay. And my teachers. That's all I looked up to growing up. And I made a conscious decision at the age of 7 that I'm the baby of 6. And I was like, man, I'm going to change my situation. I'm going to take my family serious. And I'm also going to take my being the baby out of anyone in my family. I'm going to take this super, super serious. You know what I did? I decided to take school serious at the age of 7. At the age of 7, I decided to take sports serious. Sports took me out of Providence, Rhode Island. Sports took me out of Washington Heights. Sports got me into college. I went to Maine University. Maine University, I was there for 2 years. I graduated from Southern New Hampshire. I decided to move to Southern New Hampshire. I was there for about 3 years. So I finished school with 5 years, okay? I finished with a bachelor's degree in business, a minor's in teaching and coaching, and a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I was a basketball player and I was a baseball player. I won 2 national championships, right? But that's all in the past. But the reason why I'm sharing this is to let you know where exactly I come from. I come from humbling beginnings, okay? And in the last 2 years, I decided to make a decision that actually separated me from everybody else. Okay. Now, what decision did I decide to make? I made another conscious decision, okay, about 3 years ago. Right after college, 4 years ago, I graduated college. When I graduated college, bachelor's degree in business, minor's in teaching and coaching, and a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, I was like, hey, man, I'm up. Like, oh, what's going on, right? What's the dream? Okay. Getting that piece of paper didn't get me anywhere. I had to wait. I went and applied for jobs, and I didn't get it, right? I got one job at the police academy, okay, to be a police officer. And I loved it, and I took the test. I passed the physical exam. I passed the exam that you got to pass, right? And guess what? Signing day, whoever had that butterfly feeling of like, damn, this don't feel right. Whoever has that, ever had that feeling, drop a 1 in the chat box if you have, okay? I had that feeling too, okay? But I looked at the money instead of I actually looked at the career path that I was going into. And it didn't feel right. I'm not doing things for the money. It didn't feel right. I had that gut feeling. You know what I did? I didn't even show up. I walked away. I walked away. And from that day that I walked away, I felt like I left my family down because they were looking at the ticket, the same ticket I was looking at. And I decided, I was like, man, I have a purpose. If you have a purpose, drop a 3 in the chat box for me. If you found your purpose, drop a 3 in the chat box. We all have a purpose here in this life. Okay. And I decided that I had a purpose that day. And that day I decided to walk away from that decision. You know what I did? I walked away and I became more. I decided just to be part of the 85% of the people in the world and just work. I worked at Best Buy. I did DoorDash. I did Uber. Okay. I did all these things. I had a staffing agency, managing precision to be a translator in Spanish. Didn't even go to school for this, but because I have a very, good vocabulary, I had an amazing background in school, they gave me a job, right? But I saw that my talent was bigger than that. And you know what I decided to do? I decided to become creative. I started listening to audios. I started listening to books. I started reading more. I started listening to this guy called Jim Rohn. Drop a Jim in the chat box if you guys know Jim Rohn, right? Jim Rohn, I started listening to him. When I started listening to Jim Rohn, because I was in a profession that people look up to me, right? I was a boss, okay? I say I was a boss because that's the worst position that you ever want to be in. Managing somebody, telling somebody what to do, right? And when I was there, I needed to elevate my education. I needed to elevate my skill sets, my vocabulary. And I started listening to Jim Rohn. I started listening to Jim. I see some of you guys know Jim. And Jim says, building yourself up and really building yourself to levels that you never build yourself before, you got to do things different and you got to be grateful for those things. And I was just listening to him. And then he said, I have a question. And I have a question for you guys here today. And the question he asked, he said, how many streams of incomes do you have? And I looked at myself, I was like, I only got one, I only got this. So, okay. Let me ask you guys, how many streams of incomes do you guys have here today? Drop them in the chat box. It could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4. Someone said 2, okay, 5. Wow, that's amazing. 1, 3, okay, perfect, right? At the time, I only had one stream of income, right? And I looked at myself, he asked the next question. He's like, do you have a part-time fortune? And I'm like, what is a part-time fortune? And he said, a part-time fortune is something that you like and you admire doing, but you do it part-time outside of your full-time. And I was like, yeah, I don't got that. He's like, the average person in the States only has one stream of income, and that's their comfort zone, and they're not growing. And I was like, okay. But the average person is in their comfort zone, but they're not doing what they want to do. And I was like, okay. And then he said, if you're that average person that has one stream of income, let's say tomorrow, God forbid, you lose that one stream of income. What do you have next? The first thought that came to my mind was, oh, get another job. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Who had that thought too that came to their mind? Oh, just get another job or just start fresh. Drop a 1 in the chat box. Because that was me, right? And I saw that I had that small mindset at that time. And you know what I started doing from that day? I started focusing on what's my passion, what's my purpose. You know what I started focusing on as well? What do I love to do? Who here has their own clothing brand? Drop a clothing brand in the chat box, right? I know my boy Swavy's here with me. His clothing brand is fire. You guys got to check it out. But I decided to create my own clothing brand as well. It's called Fly Wave, right? Look at this suede hat. You probably never seen a suede hat before like that, right? I decided to go where my purpose was, drawing, art. And I started to create, design. This jacket, I designed it, right? My hat, I designed it. The pants that I'm wearing on right now, I cut them up, sewed them up together. I decided to tap into my creation. I decided to become the person that I always closed my eyes and saw. But it wasn't easy. But I just decided to do it, right? Step, brick by brick, every single day. And I'm bringing y'all back to that story because it's only right for me to tell you guys who I am, right? Because most of you guys know my brother Isaac. Most of you guys know my brother CJ, right? But most of you guys don't know me, okay? And I started doing this, and I started, working on my clothing, man. That clothing ran about 7 to 8 months. It got me to a level where I never been before. Okay. It got me to a level where I was able to open up my own store. I was able to have a little office, design office. I was able to have a storage room with all my clothes, right? But here, who remembers COVID that happened a couple years back? COVID taught me my biggest lesson in life, that everything is not promised forever and everything doesn't last forever. That was the biggest thing that COVID taught me, right? I was able to walk away from my 9 to 5 and start my clothing brand journey. I was doing the fashion shows. I was doing the clothing brand. The website was amazing. Everything was lit. But I was missing one piece: focus, right? You give an inner city energy that he never tasted before or touched before, guess what happens, right? He starts doing things that he never done. And that's what I started doing. I called mommy. I was like, yo, mommy, you good? You don't got to work no more? I got you. Yo, mom, I got the bills. I got this. Boom, right? But I had no mentor. I had no guidance. I was just doing things on my own. COVID happened. I had to close down my store that I was renting at the time. I had to pay for so much inventory that I had to more storage room, right? It was like too much to handle, but my focus wasn't in my business. Everything that I was making, I was spending it on small distractions, small things. My focus wasn't there. I was there in the physical, but spiritual, I was lost, right? It's not a sob story that I'm telling you, but my heart was telling me to tell you guys my story so you guys could be able to understand it, right? COVID happened in about a month, 2 months. I was at a place where mentally, spiritually, financially, I wasn't there, okay? And guess what? A friend of a friend invited me into a call just like this. And when he invited me into a call just like this, he introduced me to an individual that had a similar story to me, which is my mentor today, my brother Nano. He introduced me to him. And my brother Nano shared a story, amazing story, same background as me, from New York City, actually a block over where I grew up in. That's where he lived and he grew up, a year older than me, 2 years older than me, right? Mentor me, introduced me into this. And that day I was seeking. They say if you seek, you will find, right? And that day I found another avenue. That day I found that light and I took advantage of that light. And when I got started, right, it's been now 2 years since I've been here, guys. 2 years. I didn't know nothing about digital entrepreneurship. I didn't know nothing about social media. Everything was just in the physical, like I was telling you guys, right? I didn't know nothing about leadership. I didn't know nothing about spiritual. I didn't know nothing about that. And the guys, look, 2 years, I wasn't even speaking like this. In 2 years, guys, I've been able to travel the world. Like I told you, I'm going on a world tour to Canada. I've been able to build family relationships with individuals from all over the world, places that I used to write down on my map. Like, yo, I'm going to have my clothing brand, bro, in Canada one day. I'm going to have my clothing brand in Paris. I'm going to run a fashion show in Paris one day for Flywave. And actually, those dreams became reality, but in a different avenue, right? I've been doing this for the last 2 years. I came into this with not knowing what exactly I was doing, just following somebody's footsteps. That was able to walk away from the 9 to 5, from a failed business, and bring it back up. And I decided to get started because I saw people that are dream big. If you're a dreamer and you dream big, drop a dream big in the chat box for me, because those are the people that I saw. Dream big. This is a big dream, right? Those are my athletes. If MJ is your favorite player, guess what? You're going into MJ year, right? You're going into that Jordan year. So are you going to take flight like Jordan did, or you're going to stay where you're at? And guess what? I got started here in August 2020. This is the only thing that I had when I first got started. And I got started. I decided to become a student. I decided to get in the vehicle of my creator and let him drive it. And I've been here 2 years. I've shared my story in front of hundreds and thousands of people on stages. I've been able to build and travel all over the US, all over the world so far. About to go to Canada for the first time. I've never been there. And I'm excited. You know, I'm excited because not only it's not about the money that I have made, but it's about the person that I have become. And that's one thing that I could leave you guys here in this call today. And I could tell you guys, if someone invited you here to this call and fired you up, and I'm not even started yet, and fired you up, right? And you feel like, man, I want some of that fire. Guess what? You're here at the right place, right time, with the right people. And I'm here to tell you guys,
I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for the impact. I'm doing this for the people. Okay. I was already an entrepreneur before this. I had things in motion before this. And this just gave me more motion to my motion, right? It showed me a whole different way that I could be able to earn income and be able to become more. And not only that, guys, but this right here, I'm doing this to build entrepreneurship schools for individuals, entrepreneurs from all over the world. And here with I Am Mastery Academy, okay, with I Am Mastery Academy, guys, we have multiple ways that you could become the entrepreneur. And I'm here to share that with you guys here today. So that's a little bit about me, fam. KD, pleasure to meet you. Let me get some fire in the chat box if you feel inspired right now. Actually, let me get some inspired in the chat box if you feel inspired here today, right? Because I'll be honest, I was at 0. And at 0, I came here to chapter 22 now, okay? And I know you may be here in chapter 1, chapter 2, or chapter 0. Guess what, guys? I read this in my book that I read devotionals every single day. And today, the chapter that it said, yo, you know what? Turn the page. So I want every single one of you guys here today, let's turn the page, right? I see some of you guys have your cameras on. Who's here ready to take notes? I want you guys to write this down here for me, okay? So the call, everybody keeps joining this call. This is amazing. Let's go, let's go, let's go, right? So right here, guys, right now, I'm actually going to get started. And I'm going to go over, like I said, I don't want to take too much of your time. But here, like Isaac said, no one knows about this. So you're the first 11 students and 11 people that they only told about, right? Tomorrow, we have another call tomorrow. And then on Monday, we're actually going to go public and talk about it. So here today, I want you guys to write this down for me. We're at 4-step system. So the academy that we're part of, guys, is called I Am Mastery Academy, okay? I Am Mastery Academy. I'm actually going to share my screen here with you guys today. I Am Mastery Academy, guys, is a digital entrepreneurship academy, okay? So before I get started, I actually want to educate you guys about money because we're going to be talking about money, okay? So here is the 4-way cash flow. Who here has saw the 4-way cash flow before? There are some 4s in the chat box, right? Let me get some 4s in the chat box if you have seen this before, okay? 4s, all right? Now, if you've never seen this before, this is brand new. Let me educate you here real quick, okay? And I want to bring you back within my story. I want to hit the rewind button, okay? So 95% of the people in the world, okay, 95, about 85 to 95 of them are either employees or self-employed, okay? These individuals right here, okay, this is the system that they got us working, okay? You go to school, right after school, you don't graduate high school, you don't go to college, you got to work, or you drop out of high school, you got to work, right? Guess what? I grew up in that environment. My mom came here to the States, travel nurse. She worked at Charlie, the chocolate, whatever, Willy Wonka's factory in New Jersey, in New York. And guess what? That's all she knew, right? That after she became a nurse, my mom's mindset started growing, okay? So she was that employee. She wanted me to become that employee. At the age of 12, she told me, you're not going to take school serious? Guess what? Let's work. I was like, yo, mom, nah, I'm the change of this family. So I'm going to change this. Now, 5% of the people in the world, quote unquote, either are entrepreneurs or are investors. 4% of those people have a system that generated money for them. Some of you guys here in the chat box dropped that you have 3 to 5 to 4 streams of income. Okay. Guess what? I had that before here. Okay. But that failed. So I had 0. I went back to that mountain, to the bottom of that mountain. Okay. And that door opened for me that day. Some of you guys are dropped inspired. Today here, you got inspired because Isaac, CJ, and we became part of that 1%, okay? Investors making money work for us. And as you guys know, they're what? Managers at a gym, okay? They still work. They still do this thing. But this is just their hobby. They're just doing this part-time right now, okay? Just part-time. So let me educate you real quick about what exactly we do. So welcome, guys, to Live-Design Academy. Now we're partnered up with the #1 digital educational platform in the world, which is I Am Mastery Academy. Okay, has been able to generate 1 billion in revenues, has been able to impact over in 40 countries, over 1 million people, myself being one, Isaac being one, CJ being one. Okay, one of the largest online platforms. You guys could Google us, but just know if you Google McDonald's, you're not gonna find the perfect things about McDonald's, right? You could Google us as well. You're not going to find the perfect things. But we're here to tell you guys that this been able to impact us and inspire us to keep going. Open doors. As you see here in Arizona, this is our office. Okay, you have access to this. All right, we educate over 8 different industries in the foreign exchange market, in binary forex, okay, in the crypto space, in the stocks, in future, in the e-commerce space, social media, personal development, and also travel. If that's something that you're seeking for, drop some 7s in the chat box for me. Look, I'm gonna drop some 7s because every time I speak about this thing, I get re-inspired. Okay, I'm gonna drop some 7s in the chat box too. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get straight to it. Number 1, guys, is education. That's the first thing that we focus on. So here in the education platform, you get to learn how to invest. Okay, you learn how to invest into the crypto space. You learn here how to trade in the foreign exchange market. You learn here how exactly the stocks work. That's step number 1. You get educated here within this space, but you get to pick what you like. Here today is like you going to your favorite, sneaker store. Here you're going to your favorite career shop store. You get to pick what you want. Okay, so number 1, guys, you get started with Forex. Number 2, guys, you get to learn about digital currency, about crypto, about Bitcoin, 10 ways that you guys can be able to earn income, okay? And not only that, you also get to learn about stocks, long-term stocks, okay? Long-term stocks. As you guys know, the stock market is what? It's a $24.1 trillion market. Investors can purchase shares of companies and own a piece of your favorite company that you're shopping for, like Nike, like Tesla, like that iPhone phone you have right now watching me, right? You can have a part of that. Also, trading. As you guys know, the trading market is one of the largest financial market in the world, where you can be able to trade your own money that you have in the bank account right now that the banks trade. Guess what? You get to trade and learn their skill set, exactly how they do it. Okay. Also, the crypto market, as you guys know, is a $7 trillion market in the industry. A lot of room to grow still. It's just getting started. 10 ways that you can earn here is gaming, Web3, mining, trading, investing, staking, digital real estate, loans, farming, NFTs. As you guys know, who has Instagram here? Drop some IGs in the chat box. You have an NFT on IG that you could create to look like yourself. Your iPhone, you get to create your own emoji. That's an NFT, family. And you get to tap into that space. Okay? That's step number 1, education on parts of this right here. Right? The next one that I got for you is e-commerce. Drop some e-commerce. If you bought something today online, drop some 7s in the chat box for me. Right? Why is that? Who bought something today here? You either bought it from Amazon, you either bought it from where? From Zara, you either bought it from H&M, you either bought it from your Foot Locker, what you bought online today. Okay? Think about it. We're all shopping 24/7. Right now in the season that we're in, Black Friday just passed. Okay? Black Friday just went by. What else just went by? Cyber Monday. We're stepping into Christmas. You're buying some Christmas gifts. Okay, guess what else? It's coming New Year's. For my Spanish individuals, El Día de los Reyes. It's coming, right? You got to buy some gifts. So I know you're going to be shopping from either Shopify. You're going to be shopping from eBay. I know you're going to be shopping from Amazon. But guess what? Our e-commerce academy worldwide, guys, is climbing every single day, 16.8% a year. You got to become this. I just tapped into this space, actually, guys, 3 months ago. 3 months ago. I'm not telling you that I made $1 trillion off of it, but I got educated. I actually got a piece of that Black Friday. I actually got a piece of that Cyber Monday. Okay. But next year, what does that do? That gives me the preparation. So we're still in step number 1, which is education. You get to pick whatever platform you will like. Okay. As you guys know, if you don't know about e-commerce, it's a list of items that are trending right now. You know, when you go to TikTok, when you go to Facebook, when you go to Instagram and you see those flashy chargers, or you see like, oh my God, look, press this button and it does this. And you click on that link and there's a website. Guess what? It's trending products that people are selling online, and you could be able to have a piece of that. We show you exactly how to build an online store. We show you how to build a website. We show you exactly how to tap in to manufacturers, how you could be the middleman and you don't own none of these products. Everything is online. Just how Amazon, you be buying from it, guess what? You get to build your own Amazon, okay? Every time you sell something, you make profits. You hear that ka-ching. You hear my phone going crazy in the back. That's actually my e-commerce store going crazy right now as we speak, right? So it's a blessing, guys. Another way that you can earn income. I'll be honest with you. I haven't fallen into that problem anymore that I used to have in the past 2 years ago of having only one stream of income. Here, guys, I've been able to develop 7 streams of income. Like, this academy gives you 8 streams of income that you could be able to develop. I'm able to develop 7 here today. Okay. And it's a blessing for real. Okay. Now, this is the e-commerce stores. You can have multiple different type of stores. You can make multiple streams of incomes on a daily basis within this platform, which is amazing. That's another way. So I gave you guys trading. I gave you guys e-commerce. I gave you guys investing. I gave you guys stock academy. I'm also going to give you guys some social media here. Who wants to become a social media influencer, right? 7 different steps that you guys could be able to learn here, right? Who wants to do that? Who wants to do social media? That's some social medias in the chat box. If you have social media influencers that you look up to, that you admire, guess what? I've been able also to get paid for my reels because number one, I found my niche. There's a lot of us right now that don't even know what's our niche. I found my niche on Instagram, which it collabs with my career here, which is motivational speaking. What applies here to my career, which is giving back to students. Giving back to entrepreneurs. Like I told you, my why, right? My why is to become and build entrepreneurs from all over the world. Doesn't matter what language, what country, what it is. I'm leveraging I Am Mastery Academy to do that. Look, this is a stepping stone of what we got here. This office. Okay. So social media is another way that you could become an influencer, guys, with social media. We have top influencers in the world, part of our education, that they show you how you can find your niche, how you can create a schedule to post, how you can set up your social media account, your TikToks, your YouTube, your Instagrams that you could be able to get paid for. Know your target audience, look for partners, interact with your followers, how to have conversation, how to promote on Instagram. Very, very important, right? Social media has that for you, that population here today. As you guys know, social media is growing on a daily basis. Guys, I have friends that are influencers that actually, we have a podcast room here in our office. These are my best friends, right? And these individuals here, guess what, guys? They've been getting paid through influence, through TikTok, through Instagram, through these musical, just using your mouth, not even knowing the lyrics. They've been getting paid since they were 14. These individuals are 19. These individuals are 20, 21, getting paid. I'm telling you guys right here, you have a daughter, you have a brother, you have a little sister. This is something that you guys could be able to tap into their talent. Guys, look, I'm going to be honest. You can help them tap into their talent the right way, or know how to use their social media the right way, or even you can know how to use and leverage your kids or leverage your nephews and know how to find that niche. Guys, I have friends and individuals that I've known and I have studied for years since I've tapped into this digital entrepreneurship space, guys. I became super famous just because they tap into their niche, their talents. Talk to me now, right? Who here feels like, damn, this is lit, right? Who here feels like, wow, this is for me? And I'm not even done here. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Let me get some love in the chat box, right? Next thing that we have a travel. We have a travel platform, but I'm going to leave that for last, okay? And I'm going to break down the 4 steps that I actually broke down. So number 1, guys, is education. Okay, that's our biggest thing that we focus on, which is education. Okay, everybody say education in the chat box for me. Education, education, education. We got to get educated. We got to get with the program, okay? Number 1, guys, look, you guys get started here. That's me right there, boom. Right here, that's me, right? You get your own portal, you get your own profile when you get started, and you guys gonna be an I Am Center. Those that are my note takers right now, please take notes because this is very, very, very important right here, okay? Number 1, guys, we have an academy, which is education. That's our biggest focus. I wanted to break down every single academy so you know what exactly you're getting yourself into. As you know, myself, I have everything within this platform. I love this platform, I'll be honest with you, because I just keep learning and learning every single day. Now, the cool thing about the education is you get to learn about trading in English, Spanish, French, whatever you want. Every single platform has 3 to 5 to 20 different languages that you guys can be able to tap into, okay? Number 2, I'm stepping into number 2, which is go live.
Go Live Dash Mentorship. Here you guys will receive mentorship from top educators in the world. Okay, as you see, they're super happy to educate you. Yes, they are, right? You have 100 to 200 different educators, multiple languages, English, Spanish, French, German, right? Italy, whatever, doesn't matter, Spanish, all different type of languages that you can be able to tap into. Okay, you can also tap into the 8 different platforms that we have here today. So let's say you want to tap into the Forex space. Okay, I'm just clicking Forex just to show you the next step. What comes with the education? Well, what comes with the mentorship, I mean. Okay, the mentorship also comes with a schedule. I know you guys are here right now. This is going to be your part-time fortune. So guess what? We only ask you for 1 hour to 2 hours to 3 hours to dedicate to this. 1 hour, write this down. 1 hour to educate yourself. Okay. Second hour for what? For you to be able to apply the information that you're learning. And the third hour for you to communicate with my brother Isaac, with my brother CJ, with my brother KD that's here presenting to you guys here today. Okay. To communicate with us. Only 3 hours a day or a week we only ask you for, because we know you guys are busy either with the kids, with school, with work, all those amazing things. Okay, so here's the schedule, and how the schedule works. It's like you go into class, you get to pick your favorite educator that you best understand and best meets your schedule. All right. Now the cool thing about this is, guys, let's say I want to go and listen to Kim Torres. Let's say I'm only available on Sundays because I work so much. Kim Torres is only available at 8 p.m. on Sundays, which is my only day off. Guess what, guys? I missed Kim Torres' session because I was late. Guess what? It's okay, because Kim Torres pre-records her sessions every single day. Okay. Not only that, guys, but you also can tap into her favorite sessions. Okay. Where they have special things for you guys. Okay. Next, I want to show you guys this so you guys know not only does this happen with Forex, but let's say you're here on this call and you want to tap into e-commerce. Okay. And you want to tap into e-commerce. You want to tap into the Stock Academy. Guess what? They all have a schedule as well that works for the best of your time, right? Let's say you want to tap into e-commerce. Okay. I don't have it on this one. My bad on that one, right? Let's say you want to tap into the crypto space, right? Boom. We tap into the crypto space, and the crypto is the same thing. You have a schedule that runs for you already. Okay, you don't have to worry about tapping into a schedule. My Wi-Fi is kind of wilding a little bit, so I apologize for that, right? Let's tap in. Step number 3, guys, was one of my coolest and amazing steps, is we have different type of money strategies. Okay, what do I mean different type of money strategies? Different type of money strategies, I mean that we have different type of strategies and systems that we have in place that you guys could be able to learn and earn on the go. Okay. Also, we have different type of strategies where it comes from the harmonic scanner, the impulse, when it comes from steady, DeLorean, bounce back, right? We have all different type of strategies that you guys could be able to learn how exactly you could trade on the go, and you could also trade as you're trading live here right now, right? As you know, the foreign exchange market is open from Sunday at 5 p.m. all the way until Friday at 5 p.m. But also the crypto market is open 24/7. You could trade crypto right now, right? And I also want to show you guys that because we have something that's called here the Swipe Coin Scalper, and we also have something that's called the Swipe Coin app. Okay, this is an application that you guys could be able to download to your phone, computer, your tablet, doesn't matter what, and it calls out signal. Like, look, today as we're here on this call, actually in the last 10 minutes, they actually called out a trade for you. Look, and I'm actually going to pull up this right here. Those that are my traders, once you get started, you get access to this. Okay, here they called the sell on what? They called the sell on Bitcoin. Okay, look, they said, yo, Bitcoin is going to drop here to this area. Okay, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to open up my MetaTrader. I'm going to go and tap into my trading view, and I'm actually going to mark up this trade. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it because this is coming from professionals. Okay, professional educators within our platform that are calling these trades out. Now, there's another strategy here that's called the Swipe Coin Scalper. The Swipe Coin Scalper is actually a 4-step strategy. Okay, 4-step strategy. The 4-step strategy right here is very, very simple. You want to click right here. You want to change to lines. Okay, once you change the lines, the second step that you want to do is you want to pay attention to the yellow line, which is called the EMA. If it's under the price, I'm actually buying. If it's above the price, as you see it right here, I'm actually selling. Okay. So this is right here is a theory, it's Bitcoin. Okay. So Bitcoin right now is actually going for that buy, but our scanner right here called the sell, and it's going towards the area where exactly they're calling it. Look at that. So you could go in real quick for the quick buy. You're going to sell right here. This is the area 1709.5. Boom. 1709.7 right here, right? Just a little point off that I am, but that's what I would take myself in the market. Boom. Some of you guys are looking at this like, wait, what is he talking about? Guess what? Guess the 4 steps that I gave you. Number 1, education. You got to get educated. Let's get you with the program. Number 2, what is it? Now, what is it? What is it? Mentorship, right? Number 3 is what? Strategy, so you can be able to learn and earn income on the go. Okay. And you know what's the last step? And I'm going to actually go to my group chats right here on Telegram. You know what the last step is? What's the last step? What's the last step, guys? Is group chats, right? Community. Drop a community in the chat box for me. Okay. Drop a community in the chat box for me. Community, right? I have an organization of over 388 students. I don't know if you guys can see my screen right here. We have 388 students in our organization, okay? 388 students. Look, guys, calling out trades, making money together. These are all individuals have the same goals, desire, and dreams as you. They want more. Drop a big dream if you have a big dream, okay? Drop a big dream, you have a big dream. Yes, right? Now, let's say you want to become a leader. We also have a leadership academy, 65 plus individuals. Look at this, fired up, cheering you on, bringing you, growing with you every single day, right? And not only that, guys, not only that, guys, but we also have a group chat. We also have a group chat where we have sniper traders within our organization calling out trades every single day for you. Every single day calling out trades, telling you guys, sell here. Yo, guys, do this so you don't miss an alert, okay? That's step number 4 within our platform. Drop them in the chat box. Step number 1, education. Step number 2, mentorship. Who's falling asleep? Let me see. Right? Am I making you bored? Nah. Let me get some big smiles. Right? Step number 1, education, guys. Step number 2 is actually, mentorship, the goal live session. Step number 3, guys, is actually a strategy. So we have strategies that you can be able to earn income. Step number 4 is a community. You're not alone into this, guys. You're not alone. There's a lot of us that join things and want to do things, but we don't have access to the people. Some of you guys dropped Arizona in the chat box. Guess what? I'm here for the next 6 days. Come to the office. I'm a grinder. I grind. You think I'm going to be in Canada just chilling? It's cold out there. I know it's cold. And you know what I'm going to do out there? I have a community out there, guys. I'm going to be on the road. I'm actually going to 7 different cities in a matter of less than 30 days. And then I'm going out to Miami. Miami, I have a huge event. Then we also have a huge event in March. So guess what, guys? Whoever got started here today and is here today, right? You're not here just to get started. You're here, guys, to be part of this movement. We're growing rapidly on a day-to-day basis. And you guys are probably like, man, how do I get started? Who's ready to get started right now? Right? Who's ready to get started? Right? And I'm not even done. I'm just getting started. Right? I'm almost done. I promise. I told you guys I wasn't going to be too long, but I'm almost done. Right? I want to talk about TLX real quick because this is how I'm going to Canada. And I'm super grateful, guys, to be part of this Digital Entrepreneurship Academy because, guys, here right now, this academy, right, opened up a travel package. This is very exclusive. You don't have to get this. You could get this if you travel a lot. You could get this if you want to start traveling for 2023. Like I told you guys, I'm catching flight just like Jordan 2023, right? I'm catching flights. For real, I'm going to be outside, out the country. I've been outside all year here in the States, but it's time to be outside, out the country, okay? Now here, it's very, very exclusive membership to travel and lifestyle, all right? You get discounts, events, benefits, whatever it includes. The only thing that this thing doesn't include is flights, okay? But it does include discounts up to 60% off the best online rates on any hotel, any 5-star restaurant, any resort, any festivity with your family, car rentals, yachts, it's next level, guys, for real. I like this because it saved me so much money in the Airbnbs and hotels that I'm staying in out the country, which is super amazing. Okay. Now it's very special events that we have with educators. There's one happening here in Vegas, actually December 9th through the 12th. There's an event happening in Vegas, and there's actually another event happening. I think it's in February in Cancun. Okay, that you guys have access to when you have access to this package. How does this package work? You get up to 60% off hotels, resorts, like I was telling you, events. You also get access to luxury travel, lifestyle, ambassador content like yachts, private jets, mansions, excursions, and things like that. That's what this package is basically about for the travel package, okay? Basically, you hold this package for a whole year, guys, and you could be able to have, and you're loyal for a whole year. You pay your subscription, you got it, you're using it. They give you a free trip to Mexico year one. Year two, you stay a Royal LDX travel. You get a free trip to Miami, Vegas, or Ibiza. Year three, Costa Rica or Greece. Year four, Monte Carlo, Malfi or UK. Now year five, Australia, etc., Thailand, Dubai. All these amazing things, right? So here's the biggest question. Some of you guys, I'm ready to get started right now, not tomorrow, not today, but right now, right? To get started, guys, I don't want you to look at these prices and be like, damn, but I want you to look at this price and be like, wow, okay? All that access to information that you guys get here today, guys, there's two ways that you can get started. One of the ways you can get started right now is to pick two of your favorite academies, which is called the Empower Package. I know my brother CJ and my brother Isaac just got started with that package because they saw, bro, this is so valuable that I need access to two things, right? They got started with the e-commerce because they're going to build their both online store. And they also got started because of their schedule. You know, they're going to be at work in the morning, and then the rest of the night, they have access to the nighttime, right? So they're going to get started with the DCX package. Okay. They're going to get started with crypto. Okay. For crypto, they're going to have access to the market 24/7. So they got started with this package. It's $275 to get started. And yes, guys, there is a monthly subscription of $249, but that monthly subscription goes to the educators that are actually educating you, to the access to the updates of, you know, the academy that's happening on a daily basis, access to our community. That's the monthly subscription that you're paying. Okay. Now, the last thing that the next package that we have, okay, next package that we have is right here. Okay, you join here today, and you know this package is usually $250, $275 to get started. But here today, I'm gonna give you guys a deal. You know, I love to invest back into my business, and I know CJ and my brother Isaac love to invest back into the team and love to invest back into everything. So you guys are ready to get started right now. Jump up right now in the chat box if you're ready to get started, because here today, let's say you want to get started one of the packages, I'm gonna give you a discount. I'm gonna give you $100 off to get started. So it's going to be $199.99 for you to get started. And let's say you want to get started with the Empower package. The Empower is going to be $275. So instead of paying $200 for two packages, you pay $275 for one package and a monthly subscription of $250. You want to get started with this package is going to be $199 today to get started and $174 the next month, right? Now, before you leave this call, and I know you're going to make a decision, right? I want to show you this last thing right here. I know you guys saw the monthly subscription, but the monthly subscription can get waived off, guys, okay? Can get waived off, and that basically works just like this right here, this package. It's called the 2 and Free, okay? Now, this academy is internationally. As you guys see, we're over 40 different countries, okay? 40 different countries. And in all those 40 different countries, you guys could be able to have access, okay, to anybody all over the world that wants to join this and learn with you. Okay, now the cool thing about this academy is this, guys, that here in this academy, you guys can invite anybody. Just like you refer people to Uber, just like you refer people to your favorite gym, just like you refer people to your Airbnbs, just like you refer people to your favorite car, whatever restaurant, you guys can refer them here to I Am Academy. You know what I Am Academy does for you? Once you refer two students that get started with the same package that you got started here today, you know what I Am Master Academy does? They tell you, hey, look, we're going to give you our scholarship program, which is called 2 and Free, okay? 2 and Free scholarship program. You get started, you don't have to pay the monthly subscription as long as those students are actively members and are actively learning with you. Does that make sense? Drop a make sense in the chat box, right? Makes sense in the chat box, right? And those are the 4-step systems. So I wanted to break that down for you guys here today so you know. Number one, guys, is, you know, education. Number 2, guys, is mentorship. Number 3 is going to be the making money strategies that we have within our platform. Number 4 is the academy. You guys will get all of this for 2 ways to get started. $199 for the next 20 minutes is going to be active. If you're ready to get started, drop in the chat box, y'all ready to get started right now, or reach back out to CJ or Isaac that invite you here to this call. Y'all ready to get started right now, bro. And let's run this up. And the second way you can get started is called the Empower Package, which is the 2 academies that you get to pick of your choice. And it's going to be $275 to get started. So real quick, guys, there's some 7s in the chat box. And this is the last thing that I have for you guys is this, guys. Look, number 1, you guys showed up today. You did what 95% of the people that are successful do. Okay, they show up. All right. Now, the second thing that you guys do here today, if you got value today, drop some value in the chat box for me, right? I have you a lot of participation because I love participation. That's how I know you're paying attention and you're listening to me, right? But don't look at just the ticket, how much you're going to pay, but look at all the value that you're going to receive here today, okay? All the value that you're going to receive. So for the value that you're going to pay here today, right now to get started, if you're ready to get started right now, reach out to my brother CJ and reach out to my brother Isaac, or you could just unmute yourself and be like, yo, I'm ready to get started, or answer any questions. And I would love to get everybody started that watch this call, watch this video, and is here on this call live right now. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Let's get it.